What's up? We're back with another episode of the Clark Experience. Let me move closer so y'all can hear me. We're back with another episode. This is the post-Christmas episode. I just got back from Atlanta, visiting my family. As you can see, I got the blue S.L.O.T.H t-shirt on. So again, as always, go scoop you one. I think these ones might be my favorite, but I'll let y'all decide after you see the red ones, or just go to the website and see for yourself which one you like the most. Make sure you scoop one after Christmas gift, late Christmas gift, treat yourself kind of gift, whatever. Just these things turned out pretty dope, so make sure y'all get one. But yeah, Christmas was, I forgot what we got playing in the back. We got the new Wonder Woman playing in the back. Wonder Woman 84. This is my second time watching it. If I had to rate it, I'd probably drop a if I had to rate it, I'd probably give it a 6. That's after first watch. I'm gonna watch it again and we're gonna see, but a 6 so far. You know, it definitely ain't the first one. That's for damn sure. But it's more of a fun watch. It's not dark or as dark as the first one, or as intense as the first one. The action is mid. I'm gonna be honest with you. For what she can do, they could have did a lot more with the action. Very similar to the action they did with Black Panther. Yeah, the action in Black Panther was not what it should have been with what he could do. You know, so maybe they'll fix it in the second one, and hopefully it fixes Wonder Woman in the next one. But so far, this is my second watch, so we'll see. But after Christmas, oh yeah, if you hear a bunch of noise or chewing or smacking in the background, it's my dog. He's hella attached. He ain't seen me in 3 days, so he's not leaving my side, but he's gonna be somewhere chewing on something. I think it's his new Christmas toy that he had already tore up and ripped the stuffing out of it. So that didn't last long as expected. Yeah, for him, if the toys ain't tough, you know, might as well not even get them, because he gonna rip through them bitches like a goddamn tiger. But anyway, yeah, I got back from Atlanta. It was fun as always to see my family. I don't get to see them a lot, but it's always interesting to see my family. Like I said, based on the brand of my shirts, the sloth logo, the sloth brand, the L means learning and the O means observing, and I'm always doing both, and I'm always looking for a perfect opportunity to do both. And you know, I did that at home this over the break, these last few days. And one thing that it really taught me, or made me want to talk about it, share with y'all, or just get it in the front of your mind, the back of your mind, somewhere in your mind before you make that decision. As you can see, the title of this episode, or this vlog, is called, you know, Don't Have Kids. And I'm not saying that kids are terrible. You know, I've been working with kids for the past 6, 7, 8 years. So kids aren't terrible. But me personally, if you decide to have kids, I personally feel like you should be 100%, no doubt in your mind, ready. You know, I experienced and I saw some things down there with one of my brothers that really not hurt me, but really bothered me to my core when it came to kids. Me, I'm always an advocate of doing whatever I can in my power, whether it's supportively, emotionally, sometimes financially, depending on what the kids need and who it is. And But like I said, I'm always the guy who will do everything he can to make sure that the kid is straight, whether they're mine or, I don't have no kids. It's my kid behind me. But when I say my kids, I mean my students. Whether it's my students or someone else's students or my babysitting or whatever the case. I do whatever I can to make sure these kids are set mentally, and emotionally, so that they know that they always have somebody to come to, that they always have somebody to go to, when, they're going through the shit. Because a lot of these kids go through the shit. And what I experienced when I went home this time was these kids, my brother's kids, I feel like they are on the verge of becoming those kids that are going through the shit. Now, I won't go into a bunch of detail because it literally was a lot over the last, it's too much to explain over the last 3 days, but it was enough for me to want to talk about it. So I encourage everyone, no. I insist that everyone, y'all should not have kids until you're ready. People ask me all the time, when am I gonna have kids? When am I gonna have kids? And I tell them, I give them the same response every time. I give them the same response every single time. I'll be like, let me check my wallet. You know what I'm saying? Ask my wallet that question, when am I gonna have kids? Because if I can't go out and get groceries without checking my account 17 times, or if I can't go out to eat or go out to the freaking zoo or the goddamn science center, if I can't go to these places without being like, oh, let me do this, make sure this money's straight, make sure this money's straight, make sure that's good, make sure that's good. If I can't do that, just go to those places I love going to, I don't need to have no damn kids. But at the same time, it's like simple things. Like, I feel like having a kid, or not wearing a condom, or being on birth control, or wearing a condom while on birth control when y'all doing or doing your thing, I feel like if you don't have a car, you should not be having kids. I feel like a car is just as essential as air when it comes to children. That's my personal opinion. Because newborns, 1 month, 1 years old, 2 years old, those are heavy, those kids are heavy on the, doctor's visits, the doctor's appointments, pediatricians, those kids, that age group of kids are heavy on doctor's appointments. Ain't nobody got time for you to be waiting for the goddamn bus and you possibly being late to your appointment, or wherever you live, you taking a train or whatever. I feel like a car is essential as air when you have kids. And like I said, I'm not speaking from a person who has kids. I'm speaking from a person who's been around kids long enough to be able to speak on them. I feel like for me, the only difference is they don't come home with me. But I still do the exact same things as a parent, as a teacher. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I personally feel that. I feel like the only difference between me and a parent who has kids is that they don't come home with me. Because literally, the majority of the stuff they're doing at home, we as teachers are doing at the school. I'm going to be perfectly real with you. We clean up their mess. We wiping their damn noses. We feeding them. I'm not even talking about school lunch. Some of these kids are hungry as hell, and we bringing in extra shit for them. And I'm just speaking of what I do. I bring in extra food for them. I buy kids book bags out of my own pocket. I barely want to buy myself a book bag because I need it. But I will go out. That's the crazy part about me. I will go out and buy these kids a book bag in a minute before I buy myself one. I'm sitting there questioning whether or not I should get one. But if I'm at Walmart in the morning before work, I'll just grab a couple. And still ain't got my ass one. I feel like certain things, like if you gotta check your bank account after every time you buy something, you should not be having kids. Because 9 times out of 10, you ain't got enough to do this and take care of your kid. So you gotta pick and choose. And if you're in a situation where you picking and choosing, you shouldn't be having kids. You know what I'm saying? If you don't even have a bank account, you shouldn't be having kids. You know, it was really an experience to see my brother in the element of having kids. Because I never see it at home, right? Look at this fool. What are you doing? Hey. Because I never see it at home, right? I always see it at school. I see the school side of the parenting, and they bring whatever they learn at home to school. But I never see how those young, inexperienced parents who were not ready for those kids do things. And you know, I got a good glimpse of that with him over the break. Yo, I swear to God, yo, he got this brand new fleece blanket for Christmas, right? And I didn't even know he got it until I got home. So he got this brand new fleece blanket he got for Christmas. My blanket's in the corner of the couch. Look what he's doing. His blanket is on the other end of this couch. Real nice, comfy, look warm as hell. And his ass go right to my blanket. I swear to God, it happens every time. He got a blanket set up on my couch in my room. He got a blanket set up on the couch in the living room. And he always goes to my shit. Walk right past his blanket to go to mine. I swear to God, it happens every time. Like, I'm just like, when dogs do that shit, like, cause he's arrested. I got him from the shelter. And I'm just like, for somebody who grew up on the goddamn street, you sure act like, you know what I'm saying? He act like this is his shit. He grew up on the street, but he come in here like, you know, I need the fanciest and the warmest blanket in the damn house for me to be comfortable. Look at that man. All of my shit. And he got a whole blanket literally a foot away from him. His own, just as comfortable as mine. But he has to be on mine. Like, I don't get it. But anyway, you know, this is a perfect example of a kid. You know, if you can't take care of one of these properly, your ass shouldn't be having kids. You know, but, you know, it was a real eye-opener for me when I saw that. And I just feel like this is my PSA, my public service announcement for those of you who are watching and listening who don't have kids. Please, as a teacher and as an advocate for children, and I will always be an advocate for children. You can ask anybody. I will talk to a child quicker than I would talk to an adult. I have whole conversations with my 6th graders. And an adult talk to me and I am short as shit. You know, I short one answers, few answers, don't want to talk to you, don't want to have an in-depth conversation with you. But with my students, me and my 6th graders be having heavy conversations. You know, about horses, you know, I get stories, all kinds of stories. I refuse, well, not refuse, but in my brain mentally, just talking to adults is just, it just ain't with it for me. But for those of you listening and watching, this is my PSA, my announcement that please do not have kids if you are not ready for them. If you feel like if you feel at any point in your brain that they will be an inconvenience or a hindrance to the life that you're living now, please do not have kids. For my sake as a teacher, for your sake as a parent, please do not have kids if you are not 100% ready to financially and mentally and emotionally obligate yourself to that kid. You know, like I said, I'm not a parent, but I do have a dog. And while I was gone, all I thought about was getting home to him, making sure that he's straight. You know, making sure that who he was staying with, you know, was, you know, keeping him right. You know, making sure they feeding my man, taking him out, they ain't beating the fuck out of him, you know, all that. So, and on some level, I get it as a dog parent and as a teacher. Obviously, I don't 100% get it, but I feel like as a teacher these days, I 80% get what being a parent is like. I feel like it's a large 20% of what goes on at home. But the 80%, yeah, definitely do feel like I am a parent slash teacher to a lot of these kids. And I feel like what I experience at school is anything similar to what goes on at home. Do not have kids if you're not ready. But not just for you, for them. You know, I refuse to bring a kid into struggle. You know, if I have, know what I'm saying? If I have to question, you know, anything financially, I'm not going to have a kid. Because I refuse to bring them into any kind of struggle. Or I don't want them to be struggling because of my decisions. You know, I don't want them to be struggling for my decisions financially that I made before I even had them. You know, if I'm going to have kids, I want them coming into this world good. I want them to be in the middle of their life, you know, good because of the decisions I made. I want them to be good and later on in their life because of the decisions I made. So, if that's not in your mind and your wallet keeps telling you, your wallet keeps telling your dumbass, please put on a condom, please make sure you're on birth control, please, make sure you do what you need to do. If your wallet is telling you all that, you know what I'm saying, your bank account be like, nah, bro, you better pull that shit out. If your wallet is telling you that, then you need to listen to that motherfucker and do what you need to do. But yeah, man, that was my little post-Christmas Christmas talk. Again, thank y'all for listening, of course. I will be uploading more. The new year is going to be my grind time. But of course, as always, go check out the social media, the Twitter, Instagram. Go check out the shirts. Go get you one. If you don't like it, it's ain't for you. Share it with somebody. They might like it. You never know. Until then, I will see y'all in the next episode. So, yeah.